just take it nice and slow.
And welcome back to Red Card. I'm your host, Anthony Totera, and joining us right now on the line, one of the hottest goalkeepers in MLS with the hottest team in MLS from TFC, goalkeeper Alex Bono. Alex, welcome, my friend.
Thanks, Anthony. Thanks for having me.
Hey, pleasure's all mine, my man. Let's talk about it. What a lopsided win against Columbus, but it's got to be great because not a lot of action for you to handle. The team did its job, and we're on to the next game. Talk about it.
No, they say as goalkeepers that the days where you have to do the least are the best days for you because that means your team is performing very well, and that's exactly what we did on Friday night. I thought the team was fantastic. Obviously, we scored a lot of goals, and it was exciting for the fans to watch, and it's a good shutout for us. You know, we were due for a shutout, and it's good for us mentally going forward.
How great is it to see Drew Moore back? He had that scare, and a lot of us, myself included, were praying for him. He was back out there. It's great to see, as I call him, the leader back there.
Yeah, he's been a rock for us ever since he showed up here in Toronto, and obviously we were all scared too. And you know, he's a strong guy, and we were all praying for him as well that his procedure would go well. And we're glad that he's back. You know, I wish I could say that we missed him, but the guys that came in filled in admirably, and we kept on the run. You know, even despite not having him in the lineup. So having him back is an even bigger boost for us going forward, and we know that he's a leader for us back there.
Yeah, let's talk about that, Alex. I mean, this bench this year is deep beyond belief. I mean, it's incredible. You know, Hagelin's out. Drew Moore, we just talked about, out. I think Morrow was out for a game here and there. And guys just get inserted in, ho-hum, they go about their business and makes your life much easier.
Yeah, we have a really professional team, I think, from top to bottom. And even the young guys that are, you know, Raheem Edwards in his first season, and I think he's been a huge started and come off the bench, and his stats and what he's put into the game show that. And, you know, guys that, you know, the game in Seattle, we played a lot of guys who haven't gotten a ton of minutes this year, and, you know, we played with a team and beat a team that beat us in the MLS Cup final last year, most of the same players. So I think that this is probably the deepest team that we've had since I've been here, maybe in the club's history. So we're excited about that. That gives us a big boost going forward, knowing that we have bodies off the bench that can bring in energy, can bring in quality, and can really put spark into a game.
Alex, day in and day out, I'm sure that you and yourself continuously want to improve, continuously want to learn, continuously want to get better, and never ever feel that you're settled into, you know, the perfect, you know, mindset, the perfect feel. It's never like that for a goalkeeper. I know that because I've talked to a lot of them. But let's talk about right now how you are feeling, how things are going for you. What do you feel that's working for you right now that you feel maybe a year ago wasn't working for you?
No, I'm feeling really good. Physically, I feel like I'm very fit and in a good mindset when it comes to the way my body feels, and going into training every day, and just I feel like I'm training at a high level, and the guys around me are training at a high level to make everyone better. And just mentally, you know, we've been on a really good run, and that does wonders for a goalkeeper's confidence, especially in soccer, a game that can be so fragile with one goal or one game the other way.
Well, let's talk about that, Alex. I mean, I've had a lot of goalkeepers on the show. Bill Hamid, who comes to mind, was on recently. I call him the human elastic band. I love watching him play. The guy is unbelievable. We've had other goalkeepers on. And the mental part of the game is so important. Let's talk about you and the way you've been playing lately has been lights out, fantastic, and things have been going good. But when they're not been going good, who do you talk to? Who do you call? A former keeper, a former coach, a family member? Who do you confide in? Who do you want to talk to?
To me, my biggest supporter has always been my father. And, you know, on game day, I always call him before the game, and we talk about the game. And he wishes me luck and gives me a few words like that. When things don't go well, I call him as well, and we talk about it. You know, he's not the greatest soccer brain, but he knows me better than anyone. And so for me, when things are going well, he keeps me grounded. When things aren't going so well, he really lifts me up and keeps me going.
I mean, that's outstanding. And I love hearing that, Alex, because I'm a parent of two boys, and I look back, and they've just finished out of the system here in Ontario playing rep soccer and loved it. And to me, it was worth each and every morning getting up early, taking them to trainings, games, missing some work, rearranging my life. And I'm sure your dad looks at that and says it was all worth it. You know, looking back, what meant so much to you as a young man growing up? And now that you're here at the big show, what really helped you get through some of those ups and downs as a young keeper?
Just that, just what you said with your two boys. I mean, getting up the early mornings, the travel, the hotels, the overnight stays, him and my mom were just fantastic with that. They're a huge support system for me when I was growing up and throughout, you know, high school, club, college soccer. I went to Syracuse, which is right around the corner from my hometown, so they were able to come to all the games. And even in Toronto, it's a short drive for them, so they love coming up and seeing the city. And they've always been around for me. They've always been there for me. They've always supported me, and I'm just so grateful for that, and I love them more than I can even say.
That's awesome to hear. You give me goosebumps hearing that, because I tell you, I learned with my second son, because my first son, unfortunately, some of those rides coming home, I try to dissect every play, and you know, the ice cream and the burgers weren't tasty after a loss, but it was all worth it. And I want you to talk, Alex, to some of the young keepers here in Ontario, in the GTA, in Toronto, because unfortunately, you and I both know, Alex, a lot of those coaches feel that they're playing in a World Cup game or an MLS game, and they're not. And these are young minds, and these are young guys that just want to go out there and prove that they can play a full 90 minutes. What do you want to say to the starter, but even to the reserve kid that's on the bench that wants a shot?
To me, it's all about sticking with it. And, you know, with young kids, it's all about patience. You know, I wasn't a hugely successful goalkeeper when I was younger, but I stuck with it because I loved the game. I loved playing. And for me, it was everything. And for me, I worked super hard to get myself the quality as a goalkeeper I need, the mental side of the game that I needed, and just the hard work consistently throughout my youth career all the way up, and just sticking with it. To me, a lot of kids, you know, if or they're not that early on, they have a tendency to lose interest and quit. And for me, soccer was just everything to me, and luckily for me, I stuck with it.
Great advice. Alex Bono, goalkeeper of TFC, joining us. Alex, talk about your time in the NCAA with Syracuse. I've said this for the longest time. They have been unbelievable feeder system for MLS. Team USA has been blessed with so many guys that have come through that system. You know, a good friend of mine, a guy that is coached at University of Maryland, Sashil Sorowski, has produced a lot of players. So is your coach down there at Syracuse. I mean, talk about the experience playing in NCAA.
Yeah, I think it gets some criticism nowadays, and I'm not sure that's completely warranted. I think if you look around the league, there's a lot of guys, even, you know, this is my third year, there's a lot of guys that I played against in school that I've also played against here when I've been in Toronto. And I think that really is a testament to the quality of players that go through college, the development that you get in however many years of college you decide to do. And I think it's a testament to the quality of the coaches and the quality of the competition around the NCAA as well.
Let's talk about the city of Toronto. You're a guy that I'm sure on your off day likes to go and enjoy some of the sights downtown or even uptown. It's a big city. It's got a lot to offer. What do you love about the city of Toronto?
It is. I love how, you know, one corner you can feel like you're in the middle of a big city, and then 2 blocks away you're walking through a neighborhood with houses or townhomes, and it's quiet, and there's not a lot of action. The food here is incredible. There's all different cuisines, all different tastes, all different styles. Everywhere you turn, you know, the nightlife is obviously a good time, but just the city as a whole is just a beautiful city. There's a lot of green. There's a lot of great places to go and see the scenes. You know, you have the tower and you have the sports. We have pretty much every major sport with the exception of American football. We do have Canadian football. So it's just a city that has everything you could ever need, anything you could ever want. And I love being here so much. I'm so glad that Toronto FC has given me an opportunity to grow here and to have an opportunity to play here. And I'm just so thankful for them.
And let's be honest, no disrespect to any other city in MLS. I've traveled to a lot of them, but we live in a great city. I'm born and raised here. A safe city, a city that really is open to everyone. And that's got to be great for a professional athlete like you.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, talking to guys that I know from other teams when they come in and when I go to other cities traveling, there's no better city in MLS than Toronto. Just the proximity of everything, the people here, the quality of the city, what it has. Anyone that comes in to visit that I hang out with will tell you it's the best city. Guys that have lived in Europe and all across will tell you it's one of the best cities in the world. I think that's really a testament to just how awesome the city really is.
So, Alex, let's get to it. The hard-hitting questions here. Who is the cook on the team? Who's the guy that says, all right, over to my house to watch whatever the sporting event is when you guys are off? Who's the guy that cooks up a storm?
We do a lot of dinners. We do a lot of dinners for the team, and everyone gets the invite, and we go to a restaurant, and we have a good meal, some good times, some good laughs. I've been to a couple barbecues at Stephen Badishaw's place, and he has a nice, you know, he does a nice job on the grill. So, from my experience, you know, I love to cook. I actually just cooked dinner about an hour ago.
Nice. What did you cook?
I'm very proud of it. So.
What did you cook?
Nice little fillet with some asparagus. Just something to get me ready for bed tonight. And, we obviously have a big game on Wednesday, so nothing too filling or too unhealthy.
Outstanding, Alex. Outstanding. Listen, who is the Drake on the team? Who's the singer on the team? Who thinks that they got a voice for karaoke?
Anyone on the team, I think, would probably say it's me. I'm the guy who's always singing in the shower, singing on the ride home. Just on the way home today, me, Jay Chapman, and Eric Zavaleta were in the car blasting music, and, of course, I was the one singing at the top of my lungs.
That's outstanding. Now, who's the jokester who likes to play with some shaving cream? Who's the guy that likes to play the pranks on the team?
No doubt about it. That's Jay Chapman. I lived with the kid for 2 years, my first 2 years on the team. He's my best friend on the team, and he's an awesome kid as well, and just loves to have fun, loves to have a laugh. And he's definitely the jokester in the locker room.
Yeah, but if I'm one of the veterans like Bradley or Seba or Josie or one of these guys or Drew Moore, and he's the prankster, boy, oh boy, I don't know if I would be okay with that, Alex.
Anyone in the entire locker room, they'll tell you the exact same thing. I mean, listen, Michael, Josie, Seba, those guys love to have laughs, but no one like Jay Chapman.
Alex, listen, a couple of things before we let you go, but that's great. Look, I've said this time and time again. I brought it up to head coach Greg Vanney. I brought it up to Bill Manning a number of times. I'm beside myself. I don't understand for the life of me. It's been 2 years that Justin Morrow has been lights out, and Bruce Arena and Team USA have not given him a sniff. And to me, it's mind-boggling. I wish he never played a game for USA ever. I was going to get him a Canadian passport right away to come and play up for the Gold Cup. I mean, talk about this guy. He goes about his business. He's become a scoring sensation lately too.
Yeah, I mean, it really helps in our formation with his ability to go forwards, and he's a physical specimen, just up and down the field for 90 minutes nonstop, and he has added that scoring touch in the last couple of years, and he is a fantastic player. He's a fantastic pro. He's a fantastic guy. I think that he would complement the national team system, but again, I'm not the coach. I don't make the decisions on this, but if it were up to me, he'd be on my team.
Lastly, before we let you go, Alex, let's talk about the unity of this team. We know that last year was a devastating loss in the final, but you got to the final. The fans, the city speak for itself the way it showed its love for your club and for everyone. I mean, the Canadian Derby, Montreal Impact TFC, to me, is bar none. I don't care what anyone says, especially yesterday on Twitter about the Cali Classic and Portland and Seattle. Look, God bless Portland and Seattle and the Cali Classic. Look, there was TV records, attendance records up here in Canada with these two, and it was lights out great. But talk about the unity, the family atmosphere, that the guys this year understand that they have unfinished business and that they're pulling for one another, and no one is above the team, but it is the team first.
Yeah, first off, I really think that this 401 derby that we have with Montreal is really something special. It's physical. There's a genuine dislike between the two cities, and even not being from here, I know that just from being here in the last couple of years. And of course, you look at the conference finals last year, and it could be one of the best two-leg series in any league ever. I mean, I think it was that good. It was amazing to be a part of. Obviously, that's a huge statement, but it just maybe it felt like that because of the emotion of it. But it was just such an amazing two games, such an amazing 180-plus minutes, and I thought that was just incredible. When it comes to the unity on the team, I think there's one force that really keeps us grounded on this team from game to game, and his name is Michael Bradley. I think he's a tremendous leader for us. Before every game, he's the one who's getting us riled up. Quick start, intensity's got to be good from the first whistle, and in the huddle before he lets us know, listen, if it's not good enough, we're going to be behind the eight ball early, and we have to come out every game, no matter who we're playing, no matter when we're playing, where we're playing. We have to come out more intense than the other team, with better quality than the other team, hungrier, faster, stronger than the other team.
I love that you said that, and I can't let you go, but we'll close it out with this. I mentioned this yesterday on Twitter and after the game Friday night. Look, I love watching Seba. I could watch Seba day in and day out play with TFC and score the goals he has. It was I believe, the most important signing in TFC history, with all due respect to Defoe. But Michael Bradley, to me, is irreplaceable. This guy right now, I said this, I believe he can go back to Italy and play in teams from, I would say, from 3 to slot 7. Anywhere in that area, he can play with anyone and start. The guy is fearless. His athletic ability is unbelievable, off the charts, and his mind is a freak, a mind that just lives and breathes the game.
Yeah.
So, I need you to explain to the people out there this mentality that he has, that he would go through a brick wall and he never takes a game off. So serious. Tell us a bit about him.
Yeah, people don't quite understand how serious and committed he really is sometimes. I mean, the amount of games this guy's played over the course of his career, the amount of really high-level games, when you talk about Europe and the national team and even here, he's done, you know, he made the headway for this club to be what they are. He was obviously one of the earlier signings when Toronto was struggling, and he's brought this team along with many other signings, but he was the driving force in that. And he's just freaky fit. Like you said, he never misses the game. He'll play midweek weekend. If it was a whole season like that, he'd be in every game for 90 minutes. And I think that's really a testament to how committed he is. He lives the game. He eats, he breathes, he sleeps the game, especially here in Toronto, in the best way possible. And obviously, he's Captain America for a reason. He's captain of Toronto FC for a reason. He's a true pro and also an incredible guy. We have so many incredible guys in this team, but you know, Michael, his resume, his workload, the way he handles himself, carries himself, says it all. And I think that's what you should look for in a captain, and that's fortunate for us what we have here in Toronto.
Alex, great having you on. Great start to the season. Keep it up. Ottawa Fury next, and then the rest of the MLS season. I'm sure we'll see you guys back in the MLS Cup final. Let's hope you can seal the deal this time around. But I'll leave you on this note, and I'm saying this in all seriousness, not because you're on the line. I've said this to a couple people watching you at a few games this year. We talked about Morrow and Bruce Arena, and I don't expect you to comment on this, but I believe that Bruce Arena should be coming here to have a look at you. If you're not ready just yet, I believe that, who knows, maybe 2018, you could get that third spot and go off to Russia. That would be great for you, TFC, and all the hard work that your mom and dad did for you. Alex, thanks again, my friend. Keep up the good work and good luck with Ottawa.
Thank you, Anthony. Thanks so much for having me.
Class act, the youngster, Alex Bono. Watch out. This is a guy on the rise. He had a little bumps here and there last year, but now the guy is lights out good. The one save he made against, I can't remember, I think it was Chicago or one of the games. It was unbelievable, and it should have been like a save of the week, and they didn't give him save of the week, but the guy's been absolutely tremendous. Hey, listen, we'll close it out with Oliver Platt of Wake in the Red. We're a little bit behind. Oliver, I'm sure you understand why. We had Alex Bono, goalkeeper of TFC. We'll talk to Oliver right after this commercial break. Stay tuned.
And that's it.